This is the Stereo 140 Super HPC 27.5 Trail Motion Carbon. As the name suggests, the 140 refers to the amount of rear wheel travel. The trail motion, however, refers to the fact that this is a slightly more aggressive build than is normal on the Stereo. So up front we've got a 140mm RockShox Pike RC. That's paired to a nice and wide but short stemmed race face cockpit. So you've got 750mm bars, 50mm stem. It's a much more sort of descending biased build for the Stereo compared to the other bikes. So that means that also gets a SRAM and race face mix 1x11 drivetrain. So up front you've got race face cranks with a direct mount narrow wide ring. Out back we've got the wide ranging 11-speed SRAM X1 cassette, and that's really very effective. It's nice and lightweight, aided by the carbon fibre frame. Traditionally, cubes have been very good at pedalling. Again, this one is absolutely no exception, and although they've revised the tune of the shocks slightly for the trail motion version, we still feel that it's a little bit too stiff off the top and then a little bit too willing to plough through the middle of the travel once it gets going. That means that it can feel a little bit wallowy when you start to really hit stuff fast. So again, if you're the sort of person that doesn't mind getting stuck in with aftermarket shock tuners, then the Cube is definitely worth a look. We know a few people have had very good results with tweaking it. Out of the box though, even though it's an exceptionally good value package, we do feel that as a fully trail focused bike, that kind of lets it down just a little bit. If you're the sort of rider that's into doing big distance that also includes some silly technical descents, you are still going to get on with this bike, and as a complete package it is exceptional value. The bike also features SRAM's Guide RS brakes. These use a 4-piston caliper, and they seem like an absolute return to form for Avid. The bleeding and sort of pumping issues of the older brakes seem to have been cured, and we've been very pleased with the power and progressive feel of these ones. Cube has also looked to Germany for the tyres as well, and they've come out of Schwalbe. So up front we've got a Hans Dampf, which is a good performing tyre, and out back we've got the Rock Razor, which is actually one of our favourite rear tyres going at the moment. Again, it's another semi-slick design, so it's got a good shoulder tread which hooks up well when you're cornering, but then the centre of the tread is much lower profile, which means that it rolls really well. Again, it's a nice and balanced package, and as you'd expect, they're both tubeless ready. Although a word on compounds, we found that these are actually the slightly harder compounds, which means that they don't grip quite as well in soaking wet and on routes. But again, it's easily fixed with a quick tyre change. Another word on sizing, we've got the 20-inch frame here, and even then that still feels quite short relative to some of the other bikes on test. Do be aware that if you do size up, then seat tube size increases, maybe the overall length of the bike doesn't increase quite as much. So it's definitely worth having a sit on one, which again with Cube you can do because they're distributed through local bike shops. And that's a big plus, and you do get plenty of support once you've bought the bike, which sometimes with direct sales bargains is a bit harder. So in that terms, the Cube is really the best of both worlds. It's exceptional value, and you also get looked after by a shop.